Louise Lawrence-Israels is a Holocaust survivor. Before she was even a year old, she and her family moved into hiding. What follows is her story, as well as research on her life and life in her country, the Netherlands, before, during, and after the Holocaust.
In this section, we will first listen to Louise Lawrence-Israel talking about her pre-war life and experience. Then we will listen to Katie Corkum's research on Netherlands before the war.
Family was not very religious. We felt that we were Dutch first, and occasionally on a Jewish holiday we were also Jewish. In 1939, after the Nazis invaded Poland, my father was mobilized in the Dutch army and stationed in the southern part of Holland, where my parents had a little house. My mother was expecting my older brother. On May 10, 1940, the Nazis invaded, taking the members of the Dutch army as prisoners of war. They sent the officers back to Holland about 6 weeks later. My parents moved into a small house in the town of Haarlem, about 10 miles west of Amsterdam, closer to the coast. Soon, the Nazis began making their presence known. First, they confiscated all Jewish businesses they thought they could make money with. My father had been in business with his dad, and all of a sudden he was out of work. He had a son, and my mom was pregnant again with me, so he had to make a living. He found a job in a Jewish dry cleaning place, pressing pants. He said he went to work smiling, whistling, singing, and he was happy to go to work. And I said, how is that possible with such a difference? Because he had been a businessman before, but with a degree in economics. He said, it doesn't make any difference what you do. The most important thing is that you can feed your family. You can buy milk and bread while it's still available. That is why he was so happy to have work, so he could feed his family. I was born in 1942. Food was rationed, and we didn't have very much because the occupying Nazis took most of the good stuff for themselves. The Dutch could buy the leftovers, but you needed ration coupons for that. A family lived across the street from us, a large, very religious Jewish family. There was a father, a mother, and 7 unmarried children. It was a very happy family. One of the daughters, Selma, was my mom's age. She used to help Mom with my brother and I. All she had to do was cross the street. In late 1942, I was about 6 months old. Compared to other countries, Holland was a good place for Jews to live before the Holocaust. Before the Nazi invasion, Holland was a country that was relatively receptive to accepting foreign Jews. There were about 140,000 Jews living in Holland before the invasion. Many of those Jews were refugees from other countries. Jewish life in Holland was often much nicer than Jewish life in other unoccupied countries. Jews had more rights in Holland than in other countries, and their lives were often similar to the lives of Christians.